one is an excellent song for rhythm training for beginning guitarists who are looking to change through some chords, or believe it or not, even I still like it, which is kind of odd. But it's a great song. It's a great progression. So, House of the Rising Sun. I think of the Animals version when I think of this. It's done by so many people, and from what I understand, it's a traditional. Nobody actually knows who wrote it. So if I'm mistaken, then somebody shoot me an email. Let me know what's going on with that. But anyway, let's get started. Here we go. Okay, so the first chord is an A minor. I'm just going to run through all the chords real fast. The next chord is a C. The next is a D. The next is an F. Or if you prefer, F major 7. It's a little bit easier to grab. Still sounds pretty good. I kind of switch them in and out. Back to an A minor, back to a C, and then to an E. And those are all your chords involved. Now the strumming pattern is this. It's in the time signature of 6/8. So what that means is that there's going to be 6 beats in each measure, and the 8th note will receive the beat. So you don't need to really think about all that as you're playing, but just think of the feeling of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of like that, where the first beat and the 4th beat are receiving, kind of receiving more of the pulse than the other ones. So it's kind of just it's a feel thing. Anyway, so the rhythm is this. It's down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So the downs are on the 1 and the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, when you go through this pattern once, 6 beats, you're going to switch to the next chord. So it's actually quite simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C. This takes a little bit of work. So a couple of pointers here to get your rhythm smooth. This hand needs to keep its momentum no matter what. It needs to keep moving like this. You don't want to go that kind of thing where it feels like more rock-based, real downstrokes, kind of aggressive. You just want to have it nice and smooth, just this way. It's really pivoting from the elbow. The wrist is loose, and once you get comfortable with that, it's a personal thing for me. But I like to actually strum a tiny bit harder on the 1st and the 4th, the 2 solid downstrokes. I just feel kind of like it gives the song a little more momentum, maybe. It's also a little bit harder to do that, so don't start that until you're until you're ready. But regarding the chords now, with the A minor, you want to have your thumb over the low string, and the reason for this is that this hand, in order to be steady and to be comfortable, you're going to have to not worry about kind of missing this string and hitting the 5th string. I mean, I know how hard that is when you're trying to strum a chord, and your hand is coming down, and you're like, how am I supposed to miss the 6th and somehow hit the 5th string? It's pretty much impossible. I mean, it's really hard to do that. So you want to use your thumb and block the 6th string. That way you can strum through all 6, but you only hear 5. Now for the C chord, when you jump to your C, the way the 3rd finger lays over that A string at the 3rd fret, I might need a close-up for this, but you're actually you're writing the underside of the 6th string to where it's actually muted in the same way as the thumb was doing, except it's with just the 3rd finger. And that way you can strum through all 6 strings with your C chord. Now your D chord is a little bit trickier. What I do is I have the thumb over the top, just like the A. Sometimes, depending on the guitar and my flexibility, even due to my hand size, I can't always get this, but I like to try and get the 5th string. problem is if you try to get that 5th string and you push too hard, you're going to end up fretting that note and getting that instead. You want that string dead, the 6th, and the 5th string dead at the same time. The good thing about D is that the 5th string is actually included in the chord, and in context of the strumming, it's not that noticeable if you're hitting traditional D shape from the 4th string down, or you're getting the 5th string as well. So they both sound good. So either way is okay, but get in the habit of when you play your D chord to have your thumb over the top as well. F is, I play it this way instead of your bar chord F because of the same type of concept of muting, and because I think this sounds a little bit muddy. It's just a preference thing, but I prefer to not have all that. I like just kind of that much. So I do the same thing as the C with this F, where my 3rd finger is leaning over the 5th string, and my thumb actually leans over the low string. Or if you prefer F major 7. Try to miss the low 2 strings with your strumming, but if you do hit them, oh well, right, it's not the end of the world. Then it's just a little bit of a dead string stuff amidst the chord. And that leaves only the E chord, which actually is all 6. So that's pretty easy. So otherwise, it's just a matter of plugging it in and taking it nice and slow, and just remembering the form. Memorization is key as well. So one more time through it, it sounds like this. Only better.